this might be our last Ramadan. We ask Allah Ta'ala to grant us long life and prosperity. But we have to make use of every moment to worth it. Every moment of Ramadan should worth it for us. If this is going to be the last, we're going to make it more. We're going to maximize the blessings of it. It is for a servant of Allah. أن تقول نفس يا حسرتها. What a regret am I feeling regarding the things, my shortcomings, my negligence on the path of Allah. وإن كنت لمن الساخرين. أن تقول نفس يا حسرتها على التقصير والفتور. أن تقول نفس يا حسرتها عند الوضع في القبور. أن تقول نفس يا حسرتها على صلوات تركتها أو ما صليتها. أن تقول نفس يا حسرتها على زكوات منعتها. أن تقول نفس يا حسرتها على صدقات ما قدمتها. أن تقول نفس يا حسرتها على أوقات ما اغتنمتها. أن تقول نفس يا حسرتها على ما فرطت في جنب الله وإن كنت لمن الساحرين. It is for a servant of Allah to reflect and evaluate himself and become regretful about the moments he has spent without utilizing it to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All the time of salah passes us by and we never prayed at the right time. All the time we were engaged with this world instead of giving Allah ta'ala the right he duly deserves. It is for a servant to be regretful upon every moment he had the chance to benefit other people, to give sadaqah. He never did. The chance he wasted instead of pleasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But it is one thing to be regretful of the shortcomings that we have. It's another thing to be prepared to make amendments, to be prepared to utilize the remaining moment we have now to buy our Jannah. Each and every one of us has a bank account currently, and a credit or debit account, right? We have bank accounts in this world. What about our bank account with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? If we have a lot of money in our bank account in this world, that's good, because we need money to survive, right? We need our account to be good for us to live a good life. And this life is just for a temporary moment. What about with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, where we're going to spend our eternity? How is our bank account with Allah? We ask Allah to make it easy for us. That is the fundamental question each and every one of us need to ask ourselves. What have I done? So, because of this particular self-evaluation, Prophet ﷺ tells us in the hadith of Uday bin Hatim, Rawah Imam al-Bukhari, قال ما منكم من أحد إلا سيكلمه ربه. Why are we doing this evaluation? Prophet ﷺ said, there's none of you except Allah Ta'ala will call him to account. Allah Ta'ala will speak to him one-on-one, face-to-face. وَلَيْسَ بَيْنَهُ وَبَيْنَ اللَّهِ تُرْجُمَانٌ. And that day, there will be no any middleman between him and his Lord, his Creator. We are standing before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the ultimate. And Allah Ta'ala is asking you and myself, oh my servant, did you remember so time, so day, so place you disobeyed me? You disobeyed me. How is it going to be? How are we going to feel standing before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to account for our deeds and shortcomings? Do you remember so time you didn't pray at the right time? You had the chance to better somebody's life, you never did. You had the chance to make a difference and to be useful to other people, you never did. Allah Ta'ala will say, I was hungry, you never feed me. We will say, how can I feed you, O Allah? He said, somebody else was hungry. If you had fed him, you would have met that today. You would have found out with me today. I was thirsty, you never gave me water. But when people will say, oh Allah, how can I give you water? How can I provide you with water? You will have given it to somebody, it will be here today. You will find out with me today. You will have found out with me today. So the best way to get to Allah is through human. To be useful to every person in your life. So that by the time we are standing before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, between us and Him, and the veil will be uncovered. Subhanallah. How is that moment going to be? Prophet ﷺ said, every person will stand before Allah. And by the time he looks to the right, فَلَا يَرَى إِلَّا مَا قَدَّمَ يَنْظُرُ الْأَيْمَنَ مِنْهُ فَلَا يَرَى إِلَّا مَا قَدَّمَ. He looks towards his right, he sees nothing except the little act of worship he has done. It is not enough. وَيَنْظُرُ الْأَشْأَمَ مِنْهُ فَلَا يَرَى إِلَّا مَا قَدَّمَ. By the time he looked towards the left, he sees nothing except the shortcomings, the wrongdoings. A lot. وَيَنْظُرُ بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ فَلَا يَرَى إِلَّا النَّارَ تِلْقَاءَ وَجْهِهِ. Allah Ta'ala says, Prophet ﷺ said, by the time he looks before him, he sees nothing except Jahannam before him. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. And he said, اتقوا نارا. Fear, I admonish you to fear Jahannam. It's real. وَلَوْ بِشِكِّ التَّمْرَةِ. Fear Jahannam. Save yourselves from the hellfire, even if you have nothing except a part of date to give in sadaqah. Small date, one date, not even a whole date, a part of it, you give it in sadaqah, fear Jahannam with that. That could be the reason Allah Ta'ala emancipates somebody from Jahannam. Which, of course, why Prophet ﷺ tells